so we don't have feedback when we start.
So do you want me to go right into it, or what do you want?
Yeah, we're live on Facebook, so I'm hoping
cool.
I'm hoping that we don't go and have any feedback or anything. But I'm going to just say hello. I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I just want to make sure that everything looks good on Facebook, which is weird. I'll just say, hi, this is Jonathan Taylor. Will you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Welcome to Happy Half Hour. Well, I go do some work and then I'll explain why it's just Jonathan and I. Hi, everyone. What? Okay, I'm gonna let you talk for a second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, tell us about yourself, Jonathan.
I'm ready when you are.
Oh, yeah, now. Yeah.
Okay.
We're live.
Hey.
Yeah, we're live. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. We're doing this. It's you and me. We're live. I just want to make sure that we look good. So
Yeah.
as in look good, as in, we're not blurry or have like 3 heads or anything. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, great. Well, thanks, Amy. My name is Jonathan Taylor. I'm sure everybody has seen, but for those of you who haven't, I specialize in a couple of things: employee benefits and the Medicare and the under 65, basically under and over 65 health coverage. So what we try to do is navigate through all of these questions and concerns that happen when you get close to retiring. The health insurance is just a whole beast, a whole animal, and trying to make a decision and trying to make decisions based on not just yourself but also your spouse and your family tends to be a little bit daunting. Yeah. So
ridiculous. It's crazy.
So it's pretty wild. So usually people have a lot of questions and I wish there was a better way for the human resources person who works at their job that handles employee benefits. I wish they did a little bit better job explaining it, but some of them do. But regardless, they're only allowed to talk about a few things that's available to you.
Yeah. Well, we're not even going to go there yet. We're not even going to do that. We know what we're going to do. We're going to try to explain to everybody why it's just you and me.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, it's gotta be like so confusing to everybody. They're like, who are these two people? I mean, they're like, what is happening? So first off, I'm Amy. People know me just a little bit. And this is Jonathan Taylor. He's said a little bit about who he is and what he does. But we are here because David and Sam are so deep in elite tax training. They are, I believe they're in they might be in Kansas. This isn't Kansas anymore, Toto.
Topeka, Kansas.
Yes, I believe so. I believe you're correct. And they are becoming elite level tax people. So we are here, and that is why you see the two of us. And while you see me always on the back end, now I'm attempting to do the back end and a little bit of hosting, a little bit of like on
the front end.
Yeah, right. So I do have a Truly because we always like have a little bit of like what we're drinking. What do you have? I know you have Mickey Mouse cup.
I got Mickey Mouse still.
Yeah,
so,
there's something fun in there. Is there whiskey today?
Yeah, sure.
It's National Fruit Cocktail Day, and not the kind that you mix with like cottage cheese or anything. It's like the kind that when you go to Mexico or all inclusive that you order a bunch of on your first night and then you have a hangover. That kind of fruit cocktail. Yeah.
Nice.
So. It is. So that what's your favorite type of beverage, Jonathan? What do you typically drink?
Oh, geez. I would say it depends on my mood. If I'm in somewhere that's like really hot, I like something like cold and fruity. I would say like tropical.
Yeah.
If I'm somewhere cold, I tend to like a beer or maybe a wine. And then depending on the seasons, also depends on like what type of beer or alcoholic beverage. But I definitely don't mind a nightcap of maybe something like that's been aged a few years and in a something that's brown maybe. So.
Okay. Brown isn't like whiskey, not brown that's been like in the back of your refrigerator or anything like that, right?
Yeah, definitely whiskey from a distillery, not from the back of a old can of something in the back of your trunk. Yeah.
Nice. Good. All right. That makes me feel a little better. We do have a couple people joining us. We could say hi to Teresa. That's my mom. Hi to Dan. Hi to Mary. Hi to Rick. So Hi to people popping in. Again, we're here. We're doing a little pinch hitting, I guess you can say, a little fill in for David and Sam while they are getting to the elite level status of their tax training. I mean, they were already in super elite status and all of that. But Jonathan he's going to be filling us in on different Medicare informations and the big question is, and I never really, when you were explaining it to me, I never really thought about it. I always just thought, well, if somebody retires or there's a change or anything, you either get Cobra or you're SOL. I mean, what are you gonna do? So I mean, right. But apparently that's not always the option. So with that, why don't you maybe tell us a little bit about what can happen or what do you do?
Yeah, well, so like to throw you back over to David and Sam, there's
Yeah.
always stuff changing with the taxes. So I just think it's really cool that they're continuing to learn because really the only thing consistent that stays the same is change in and of itself. So learning and constantly educating yourselves and regulations and rules, it's always changing with that. So that's super cool. That's beneficial to everybody here watching that they're really looking forward and trying to become the best version of themselves with the newest information that's available. So I think that's great.
That is great.
But yeah, what I run into a lot is a lot of people have questions about what health plans are available when they go to retire. They're like, well, shoot, do I keep Cobra? Does my wife stay on Cobra? Does she have to get off Cobra? Do I get off the plan? Is she going to lose Cobra? What is available to her? Or maybe I should stay on my employer's plan because I'm scared my wife, if I get off, she won't be able to keep hers.
She's gonna make me breakfast anymore if I make her change?
Yeah, right.
I mean, like what? What's gonna happen?
If she doesn't have health insurance, she's not going to be happy at you.
No.
Sure.
No.
So yeah, we just run into a few questions, and I just wanted to address some common stuff that may be beneficial to a few people, and maybe you can tell some friends and just kind of have a conversation, and then if something more questions occur, we'd love to be a resource for you.
Great. Yeah. And one of the things that I and this is my bad, I should have definitely asked prior, but if somebody does want to get in touch with you, is it best? I know that we do have people call the office. I mean, is that, do they call us? Do you want me to put your cell phone out?
Yeah.
Do you want me to share your cell phone? I mean, like what is the best method for you? What would you prefer me to put out on, Facebook world and then on to YouTube and on, the World Wide Web?
So great. If they have any questions, they can always reach out to David, Sam, or any of the ladies at the front desk here. They have my contact information, and we try to do a really good job and service all of the clients and all the people that David helps. So we try to work together and be a kind of a boutique firm that does a lot and helps their clients, because there's a lot of things that tie together, retirement planning and the cost of your health insurance, like that goes into that, because you have to be able to plan for paying for that. And if you don't plan right, it can bite you in the butt, whether it be finance wise or picking the right plan wise. So if we could marry those two and get the best of both worlds, it really comes out to help our clients out a lot.
And you guys are amazing with customer service. I mean, you guys are on it. I can attest to that. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we try to do a good job. But if you want me to, I can go into a couple common questions that.
Yeah, please do. Please take away. I know we had some questions. I also forgot it's National Limerick Day, but yeah, we'll get into that. We had some people send some good ones. So let's get into meat and potatoes. Let's.
You want me to start off? I got the question you sent me earlier. I can kind of answer that one if you got.
This is your time. Why don't you take it away and you're the master in charge now.
Yeah. So here's what we had a question that someone had asked. I can go ahead and kind of answer that one real quick. I think the question was, it seems that Novant Health takes many of the Advantage plans at the Brunswick County Hospital, but only accept 2 Advantage plans at their New Hanover Hospital. Is this normal that you have to check every hospital to see what they accept? So that's a great question, actually. A lot of people don't know this, but health insurance, Medicare, health plans, those plans are based on what county you live in. So
Oh,
someone may live in Brunswick County and New Hanover County,
yeah.
and you would think, well, yeah, we all live in North Carolina, we should all have the same plans, but it doesn't work like that. County by county determines what plans are available to you. So if you have one county that's in network over here,
Yeah.
that you could have a sister county right next to it that may not be in network with those plans. So the simple answer is kind of a two-part answer. The part is it depends on where you live at and what county you're in determines what plan is available to you.
That's
So that's
crazy.
number one.
What if you work in a county but live in a different one? It's still where you live?
So it's where you live.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right,
the
good to
plans
know.
are based on where you actually have your home address at, not where you work at. But that's
What
like
about my
another
PO
good
box? Can I have a PO box?
it's got to be a physical address. So,
Yeah.
you bring up a good point.
Yes.
So people were, not to get in the whole thing, but people had figured out that they could open up a mailing box or a PO box
Yeah.
and get plans available at that mailing place. And
Loopholes.
so
Yeah.
so they found that, so they stopped that. So now it has to be your residence, but you're not the first person to think.
Put the kibosh on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. I just
I like
checking.
where your head's at though. You're creative.
I'm not trying to be a bamboozler. Just trying to find out
You're
what's
just trying,
what.
hey, you're just being creative, you know.
Just thinking
That's what-
about what. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
You know, there was nothing wrong with it until they were like, oh wait, it was allowed until it wasn't allowed. So then,
Okay. Yeah.
but yeah, so the hospital or the facility, they can choose what plans they want to accept, and your county, according to each county, and we have 100 counties here in North Carolina. Each one of those counties can determine what plans are allowed. So it really comes from a two-prong. The facility can choose what plans they want to offer, and the county can say, okay, these are the plans that are allowed in your county. So based on those two is where you can kind of start. And we kind of go into all of that, but simple answer to the question is, yeah, you would need to check different hospitals could actually take different plans, and they could be part of the same like Novant health system.
Oof,
You know?
I'm gonna drink on that one. So
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah. So but great question. I would say if it's okay, another common question we run into is, hey, let's say you have a husband and a wife. Husband is turning 65,
Yes.
and husband wants to figure out, hey, what I want to get on the Medicare possibly, but my wife is on my group plan. She's younger than me. What's going to happen if I get on a Medicare? What's going to happen with her? Is her health insurance going to be affected?
Yeah.
So that's another big question we run into, and it's a very common and a good question. And the simple answer is they have a bunch of different options, which is a good thing.
Okay.
The husband can choose to get on Medicare, or they can choose to stay on their group plan, or they can, if they choose to get off of their group plan, they have what's called a continuation of that. Is called Cobra. Cobra is in North Carolina. If an employer employs at least 20 people in a group plan here, if they have 20 employees full time, then they have to offer what's called Cobra to their employees. And that simply put, that means that that's a plan that's available to them when they leave their employer, that they are allowed to keep. And all it is a continuation of the group that you were on.
Okay.
After you retire. Essentially, they say, hey, you can stay on the group plan even after you leave. That's what a Cobra plan is.
Okay, great.
It's you staying on your employee's plan even after you leave.
And all the benefits are the same as that they were as the group plan?
Yes, they are the same benefits. It's the
All right.
same plan. The only difference is how long you can stay on it
Oh.
and what your cost is. Because
Oh.
if your employer was contributing to you or your spouse's plan,
Yeah.
and you then leave, it may change if they want to continue to contribute, or it may change the price. But if they are contributing to your spouse's plan, that's definitely something to ask your HR person. That's really up to the business themselves to determine, do they help pay for your spouse or do they not help? So that's kind of the first question to ask is, hey, let's figure out a price. where if I leave, what my wife's price is going to be should she continue on the Cobra.
Right, right. That is a great question. If
Now-
if you're still working there, now maybe you're saving a money.
Now,
Maybe.
here's something I did want to bring up. A lot of
Yeah.
people may not know this. I don't feel like if you do, kudos, good job. But if you leave your employer,
Yeah.
does anybody know how long you get to keep Cobra? How long does that continue? How many months?
Well, let's see. Let's see if anybody answers. I'm gonna go to the land of Facebook. I have it like popped up behind us. So now it looks like I'm looking, but let's see if anybody can answer. I will guess, I'll take a guess of 24 months. I have honestly no idea, but don't say
Oh,
anything.
that's not a bad guess. It's not
No,
a
it's
bad
not.
guess.
Okay.
Close.
Is it close? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It just seems something. We'll see if anybody, we do have a little delay when we go live.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Rick says 9 months. We'll see. Teresa says 6 months. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll give it a little. I love that you asked a question. That is so great. I love the interaction of what people say. So, okay. So why don't you answer? Because, oh wait, Matt says 18 months. What's the answer?
So the correct answer is 18 months. That's how long you can stay on your Cobra plan past retire or when you get off of your group plan.
Really?
Now, there's another part to that question. I have another question.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see if anybody can answer this, true or false.
Bring it. I love questions.
So,
this is fun. Okay.
If you leave your employer and your husband goes to get, or a wife,
Yeah.
either one, if one of those goes to get off of the group plan,
Yeah.
and they are eligible for Medicare,
Right.
okay, how long are they allowed to stay on Cobra? Is it 18 months? Or is it a different time frame? So you can choose 18 months or you can go with something different.
I don't know. Is it called double down? I'm gonna stick with 24. Is that it? Double down? I don't know. I'm not a gambling person. I mean, don't ever take me to Vegas because I don't know what I'm doing.
We'll give them a time to come up with
Yeah,
this.
let's give some time. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with my 24 because
And again, I'll ask one more time. So if the spouse comes off of the group because they're eligible for Medicare, how long can the other spouse continue on through the group? Because obviously they're not old enough for Medicare. So how long can they stay on Cobra?
All right. Rick says 9 months.
9 months.
Okay. Let's see what these. I love this. Let's see what happens. All right. Give it a little time. Dun 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 dun. Well, I think everybody's scared. Okay. What's the answer?
Yeah. So the answer is 36 months.
What? Really?
So if your spouse is eligible for Medicare, and they go to get off for Medicare, then the other spouse is allowed to stay on the group plan for 36 months. And it's called Cobra. They can continue on through Cobra for 36 months. So a lot of people don't know that there's a difference when it comes to Medicare about how long you have to stay on your group plan. And so we go down and go through your options to figure out what makes the most sense.
That's an important thing to know. Yeah.
I'll take you another step further too.
Yes.
Okay. So this can change some things. So if you get onto Cobra and you decide you do not want Cobra anymore.
Nope, not for me.
And you say, hey, I want to get an individual plan instead.
Yep, that's for me. Yep.
Is that allowed? Yes or no? We'll let people ask.
Let's see. Let's go to Facebook land. Let's see. Teresa gave us an eyeglass looking like she's thinking. She's not sure. So let's see. Yes or no?
I'll ask it one more time. If you choose to go with Cobra, can you later on while you're in your Cobra, while you're in your 18 months or your 36 months, say, you know what, I don't want this anymore. Let me go get an individual plan. Are you allowed to do that? Yes.
Did I sign a contract? I mean, is there a contract? Well, I don't know. I mean, wait, don't answer that. Let's just see what people say.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I'm going to say, I don't know. Who knows? All right. I have to pick one. It's 50-50. I do a 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Just pick one. I'm going to say, yeah, why not? I mean, right? Matt says yes. I say yes. Let's see what everybody else says. Yes or no? Rick says yes.
Okay.
And Anybody else? Anybody else? Any other takers? I mean, you got 50-50 people. Come on, give us an answer. You can't lose here. You can't lose. I'm just kidding. Okay, so what's the answer? What's the answer?
So, so the answer is, if you choose to elect Cobra, say,
Yeah.
hey, I want to go with Cobra, okay?
Yeah.
Then you do not have the option to pick and get off and get an individual plan during the time that you're on Cobra throughout the year, unless you're during an open enrollment. Otherwise, you cannot get off and get an individual plan.
I'm stuck with that snake.
Yes, you are stuck with a snake. If you decide to go with a snake, you've got to stick with that snake until the next open enrollment. A lot of people don't know that. So the decision you make to take Cobra will change your options immediately just by choosing it.
Oh my gosh. So just come talk to you, really.
Yeah.
I'm losing. I mean, I just lost. This is why you don't take me to Vegas. 24 months. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing. So
right.
Yes, definitely go talk to Jonathan. Okay, so what else? What else you got for us? This is crazy.
So just the point of making a decision to go with Cobra or not Cobra needs to be addressed, and I know it's going to drive you to drinking. I know
it is.
But that decision alone needs to be a conscious decision made so that you don't screw things up for your retirement, because all of this goes into what you have to pay, and are you overpaying, and what options are available to you. So all this needs to be taken into consideration when you're getting close to retirement. It just becomes a whole plethora of options that most people aren't aware of.
No, I mean, that is, I would have just thought, well, Cobra's not working out, and I'm gonna do something else.
Let me tell you this too, another flip side. So if you are leaving your employer,
right,
and you say, oh, you know what, I think I want to do an individual plan. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So at that time, the spouse who's not 65, let's say the husband is getting on a Medicare, the spouse says, you know what, I don't want to stay on this group plan anymore. You're getting off. Well, then I want to get off and look at my own individual plans. I really didn't love that group plan anyway. I want to see something that fits my needs.
Yeah.
At that time that the plan ends,
right,
you can then get an individual plan as long as you don't elect to go with Cobra.
Okay.
So if you choose, if you don't activate your Cobra, that in fact does allow you to get an individual plan to qualify for one. But just be careful.
Even if it's not open enrollment.
That's correct.
Okay.
Even if it's not open enrollment, because you losing coverage creates something that's called a qualifying event. And we have to go in and make sure that everything's checks out. They may ask for proof that you've lost coverage and all that stuff, which we help get to them. We can help with this process. We work with the HR and everything, make sure everybody's in compliance. But you do have, it does give you the option, if you don't elect the Cobra, to get an individual plan.
That's good to know.
You can kind of shoot yourself in the foot by jumping the gun and taking Cobra, and then saying, oh, I regretted that. I should have taken the individual plan. You can't go back unless it's open enrollment again. So you could be stuck with it for 9, 10, 12, 11 months, that plan.
Know your options, definitely.
Yeah. So knowing your options and knowing your regulations, and this stuff changes all the time. It's kind of like Dave and Sam, you got to stay on top of these regulations, because things are the only change is consistency is the only change.
Yeah. And thank you for staying up on this stuff, because my goodness, wow. Yeah. So I really always thought you could only enroll in things in open enrollment. So
there's what's called special enrollment periods. There's always exceptions to just about every rule, but they're called special enrollment periods. It's called a SEP. So seeing if you qualify, when you qualify, what the best plan to pick, all things to consider, and just something that we specialize in. So I'll go as long as you want. Amy, you tell me how we're doing on time. And
we have I don't know if you have maybe like one more topic. I know we have wine entries. This is actually this is funny. This is a bowl that's an Aladdin bowl. That was my daughter's bowl when she was little, because I don't have a fancy little thing, but kind of improvising over here. But I don't know if you have another, maybe like one more topic that we could squeeze in, and if there's anything else is there anything else that you would like to cover? Or there's my dog. I mean, because that's Murphy's Law, was normally people
Yeah.
don't get to hear her being crazy, but she's crazy.
Yeah, I'll touch on a couple more things. So I get asked a lot about what's the difference in supplemental and advantage plans?
Yeah.
Because when we turn 65, we come off of we got some options here. If your employer allows you to stay onto the group plan,
Okay.
you technically don't have to do anything. You can stay on that group plan. And I would say if you choose to do that, then I would say you probably want to look at delaying your Part B Medicare if you're going to do that.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that they'll need to delay their Part B premium and their Part B coverage, because if they don't delay it, they'll be charged for their Part B premium. So if they go to retire, if they choose to stay on their employer's plan, they absolutely need to make sure that they delay their Part B premium and their Part B coverage.
Okay.
Yep. So that will help save, and it will, because essentially you don't want to be double covered. You're covered through your employer. You don't need to then go get coverage elsewhere. You would just continue on with your employer's coverage.
Okay. Okay.
And save. It helps save on premium too. So
Well,
what we do is
saving.
compare. Yeah, I love savings too. What we do
I'm
is
Polish as all get up. I love saving. So yeah, coupons, I'm clipping them. Save, I'm saving. So yeah, bring it. So it's good.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so all things to consider again. The three things to choose from that I kind of wanted to hit was, is it right to elect Cobra? If so, what happens to the spouse? Do I have the option to stay on my group plan, or do I have to get off? And that's really up to your employer. They can't tell you to get off the group plan, so you can stay on it. Now, we would need to compare the price and the premium and the plan options, benefits to compare, but that needs to be part of the conversation. And then finally, does it make sense to get a supplemental or an advantage plan? And really, that's a personal thing for each person and according to their needs.
Yeah,
so,
that's important too, because I know we talked a little bit. You don't know. I mean, I guess like sometimes people have like more prescriptions. Some people don't see the doctors as much.
Exactly right.
I mean, some people, they only need like major medical. I mean, yeah, you're right. All these things that you guys look at and factor in when, talking about coverage, that is so important that things I just didn't even think about. I'm like, oh yeah. So
yeah, and another common thing too is back to what I discussed about your county specific plans.
Right.
A lot of times we run into where someone goes, oh, my sister or my brother-in-law really recommended this plan over here. I want the same exact plan. And we go to pull it up and we're like, that is a good plan.
Oh no,
but it's not available to you because you live in a different county, So just because someone talks about it on television, or you have a relative, or you got a really good friend, those plans are county specific. So you can't, one plan does not fit everybody. It may not be even available in your area. So,
that's a bummer.
Yeah. So, but you may have more plans available in your area than they do, vice versa. So
well, yep. Okay, there you go. # winning. So bummer and then winning. So you never know.
Yeah.
That's very good.
So, but all things to consider, I do this all to go in to say this is a kind of a fact-finding time, and whatever decisions you make are going to could last for months and months. And we really want to help you guys out with those decisions. And we want to be a resource for you guys. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have a friend that has a question, reach out to us and use us as a resource, because one plan does not fit everybody. It's specific for each person. And we like to look at plans based on everybody's needs. We look at the prescription drugs, who you want to go see as your doctor, what plans are available in the area, and what type of coverage you feel comfortable with that helps you sleep good at night, because we all want to sleep good at night.
It is good. I like it. Yeah, it is important. And again, I put in the Facebook our phone number, but anybody that knows, David and Sam and us, just call the office. If you are new here on Facebook, you stumbled upon us. The phone number is in the Facebook comments. I posted it there. I will put another comment. I'll post it again later. I'm doing multiple tasks here, which you can't see, but if you didn't notice it, yay, I'm winning. But yeah, Jonathan, he works with us. If you don't know, he is actually upstairs right now in our building, but he's with CLC Financial Service Group. And it's like David and Sam. It's a family business. It's a father son, just like father, or like, yeah, father daughter, but he is father son. So it is. I mean, we're all about family and no bamboozlement. They take care of you and all of that. But
Yeah,
I know
I
yeah, go
think
ahead.
where we kind of differentiate ourselves is we're like a boutique place that
Yeah,
personalizes for each and every person. We're
yeah.
not some big box realtor that we just shovel you through like cattle.
That's
We
why
really look
I
in
love it.
specific on everybody's individual needs to figure out what the best decision is for each person. So it
I
takes a
know.
little longer,
Yeah.
and we like to sit down and have a real conversation with people, but we feel like people in the end are much happier with their decisions, and
So great.
ultimately it was their decision. We feel like everyone's smart enough to make their own decisions if you just explain the options to them.
I love
So
it.
that's what
I
we
love it.
try
I
to
love
do.
it. I love it. And we are running out of time. I was hoping to maybe like read some of the limericks that came in. We had some great ones, and thank you. I was not able to like reply to everybody, but we have them, and I actually will reply by tomorrow and just let you know. But I do have to get to our wine drawing. So it's usually, Sam, we give away 2 bottles of wine every week from Fermental Bottle Company. And if you sent an RSVP on Facebook, or you sent an email saying enter me, or you sent in a question, or you sent a limerick, or you just said, hey, Amy, put me in the wine drawing, your name is in Casey's Aladdin bowl. It's hilarious. So I couldn't think. I was like, I have to come with something.
Uh,
And yeah.
are you like, you're like the genie then, right? You get to pick that.
Yeah. Well,
You're
yeah.
making
Well, no,
wishes come
wait, oh,
true.
actually, this is the genie. Yeah, no, I'm Aladdin. Right?
Okay,
Yeah,
you're helping make dreams come
yeah.
true, like
Okay, so
wishes.
yeah, you're right. I'm gonna make somebody's dreams come true. Yeah, I don't ever get to do this. So when I pick the name, and we will
Hey,
have
wine would be one of my 3 wishes if I had 3 of the.
why not? I mean, I'm sure I'll do it if it's unlimited. I mean, I'll probably do beer, but that's okay. So yeah, so the winner to have 2 bottles of wine shipped directly to them from Benzel Bottle Company is Elaine and Buck G. So yay, thank you so much. I believe he said he did send in a limerick. So yay, I got it. That was a good one. That was
Congrats.
funny. I know. Congratulations to you. So we ran a little over, just 3 minutes. I'm proud of us. I was worried how we were going to do a time, but I think we did darn good. How do you feel we did?
I feel great. I feel
I
great.
know, right? I'm so
Yeah.
excited. Thank you everyone for joining. David and Sam will be back next week. And I don't know what the topic is. I think he like sent me like something I know it has something to do with what they're doing. But Jonathan, you were amazing. I will put in the comments again how to call and get a meeting. It's very important to know your options and make sure that you don't get, stuck with the snake for longer than you want, or not have it, or whatever you want. Just yeah, right. Yeah. Don't get bit by
No
that.
bueno.
That's not what you're doing. But it's good to know. So thank you again. We appreciate it. And thanks so much. Oh, here, my cheers. Get your Mickey Mouse. Where's your Mickey Mouse? I don't have my Donald Duck dress. I should have put a Mickey Mouse on, but I didn't know. You didn't give me the heads up. So thank you so much, everyone. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. Think.